Alright, and here we are at day 2 in Vidar. Take 2. Etel has died, and while we've already experienced a lot of day 2, I didn't want to go too much further. My goal here is to get the journal, which is going to happen here shortly. Stranger! That's me. You're up quite late last night. You look funny, Eric. I see, it was right to be worried. And we did nothing. Oh, Dad, you're gone for a moment and the whole town caves in on itself. Stranger, I was cleaning out my dad's room and I came across this journal. I don't know, but he was... I didn't know, but he was keeping notes about people's problems and trying to do something about them. Aha! Quest log! I can't help but feel like, oh, you know... You shut up just as he died? You're already helping Sandor? Well, maybe you can do something for everyone else, too. I think I can. Step into his shoes or something like that. Not that I'm expecting you to take care of me. Oh, really? I think maybe that might be the case. I'm alright, but I just feel like we're losing our foundation. Yeah, I think so. Go talk to people, see what they need, and write it down in there. Hopefully you'll be able to do something to give us a little peace during these end days. Aha! Got the journal. Access it for a minute. Go with the gods. Okay. Alright, so let's see. We got Second Son, where we need to go tell Sandor what happened. Checkup, we already completed. So green, so white is active quests. Green is completed quests, and then I don't know what color failed quest is. So we need to go tell Sandor what happened. Now that we have a quest log, it's time to fill it up. Vidar is such a buzzkill. Okay, so you're not going to give me any quests. Let's see about the chef. No quests from him. Now let's talk to this lady over here. Alright, you're just a bundle of joy. So we need to go tell Sandor. Iron Boot Inn. There's a reference in there people might get. Let's try to find Sandor first. If I remember correctly, he's over here. I definitely want to go into the ruins to get the quest from the archaeologist. I think, if I remember, Sandor's down here. Workshop. Yeah, there he is. Okay, perfect. Did you find him? He's been gone so long, I can't imagine you saw him. I see it in your face!
The stranger told Sandor what happened, how Eric hadn't been playing around when he ran into the cave, and how he'd done it to be a hero. She recounted how brave Eric was when he tried to escape, how he prayed for his mother and his little brother. And she told Sandor about Eric's parting words, how his son wanted the clockmaker to forgive himself and not carry the burden of losing his family. And through it all, Sandor sat and silently wept.
Pretty sad, really. Oh man, this is rugged. I mean, to lose both your sons to this. I know that I may not have your trust before the beast takes us both, but all I can do is tell you that I'm not a perfect man and that I'm trying. That's really, you know, that's all you can ask. I'm here for you as long as I'm able. Never make the mistake of turning you away again. So why did he turn him away originally? I'm sure we will find out. What do we do now, Father? Today, we grieve. Nobody will ask anything more of you. Not even the gods. Journal updated. So we've got 2 quests complete. Excellent. Alright. talk to Sandor. Thank the gods for Babalo. Before you say anything, you need to understand. It's been my pillar of faith since Ava died. Alright. Go out here. Stranger, a moment of your time. Stay a while and listen. Sandor has had to deal with more than most of us, which these days is pretty telling. His wife died giving birth to Sandor's second son. For a week, Sandor prayed hoping to speak with her. The gods didn't answer. They seldom do. He vowed before them to love and protect his two sons, but as a cruel joke, the beast took Sandor's youngest a few weeks back. Sandor was once a steadfast member of our church, but no one can expect him to bear that weight. I worry about the fortitude of this community. Yeah, I think you're right to worry there, Borbalo. Many, not just Sandor, have stopped coming to church. You've noticed how empty it is. Perhaps we can restore a bit of faith around here by reminding Vidar about its path. Please, take this holy water. Ah, vial of holy water. You'll find 4 graves of those beloved by our community in the cave nearby. These used to be pilgrimage spots not long before my time, but, as so often happens, life gets in the way of faith and remembrance. Anoint those graves with water and say a prayer, like good pilgrims did before you. I'll spread word of your deed, and perhaps together we can remind the town of why they must fight. In fact, make it 5 graves. 4 ain't good enough. Gotta get 5. Head to where you found Eric and spread some water for him as well. Come back to me when you've finished your journey, stranger. Alright, so. Oh, I almost forgot. Sandor asked me to give you this. A pocket watch! He's in shock now, but he certainly appreciates what you've done for him. I think this is his way of thanking you for trying. So now we have faith in the dead. Alright, so that's definitely one quest I want to work on. Let's head in here, talk to, what's this? Alec, yeah. Yes, right, I'm glad you finally showed up. I need to take this over to Borbalo. I promised I'd have it to him last week. Thank you. Groa. What? You're not Groa? No, I'm not Groa. Well, who the hell are you? Doesn't matter. Make sure Borbalo gets it, okay? Okay. So we gotta, what is it? Little something. Bring the scotch to Borbalo. Oh, interesting. We've got a, priest turning to alcohol. That's sad. Alright, is there anybody else in here? I don't think so. Okay, so let's, I want to go to the ruins. Oh, can't go that way. What is this one? Dagny's trading house. Okay. I want to go to the ruins up here. Get the quest. Now, Etel, not Alec, Etel has died. And in the previous playthrough when I came here, Etel was here as well. He was hanging out getting hit by the armor. So he's not there now. Stranger, you're back. I'm glad I found someone willing to enter the caves. We have work to do. So the ruins in the caves predate modern Vidar by several centuries. It was once the capital of a thriving kingdom led by King Brano III, who married a peasant woman, Eliana, and bore a son, Brano IV. 8 years later, the king was killed by an assassin, and young Brano IV was forced to take the throne. Perhaps because he was too young, or perhaps his father's death was too much emotionally, or it may have even been genetics, but one thing's certain, Brano IV quickly descended into madness. Boy King, as he was known pejoratively throughout the kingdom, was a petulant and tyrannical child. He slaughtered thousands of his own subjects and imprisoned his mother. She died in the ruins below, still hoping her son would recover and realize what he'd done. There's no cure for the Boy King's psychoses. Legend holds that shortly before his death, the Boy King buried the wealth of the kingdom in the mountain. With no funds to support it and no clear heir to the throne, the kingdom quickly fell into ruin. And now, we have Vidar. Excuse me, Little Jess sometimes tells me I can get wrapped up in my lectures, but it's important. We can't hope to stop the beast without a historical context. Anyways, take a break, but talk to me when you're ready for more. Let's see what that. Artifacts in the ice. Talk to her again. Easy enough? Good, you're back. I never left. Honestly, everything I tell you is important. If it wasn't, it wouldn't bother saying it. So take notes. I've scoured what few texts Vidar still has available to it, and have not found even a mention of the beast that now become such a problem. How could such a powerful monster be so new to these lands? What is its origin? If we can't research anything here, then we need the next best thing. I need you to check the victims the beast has taken. Grisly work. Since you seem to be so anxious to jump back into the caves, that's where you'll start. Go hunt around and find a corpse somewhere. You know the graves outside are just little crosses, markers, right? They aren't actually burying the bodies. No one's going to risk their lives recovering a corpse. They're just put out to give people some comfort. Those bodies are still down there, so it's time to go hunting, stranger. If you find something, I don't expect you to decide what's important and what's not. Just bring it back to me. I may be able to use my historical knowledge to find an answer to our beast problem. Alright, artifacts in the ice. Find a token from a victim of the beast. This is probably the quest line I am going to try to focus on most, unless the beast takes out... what's her name? Sabina. It's probably how I'd address the situation. I went to school for archaeology, so this is right up my alley. Throw a little Indiana Jones music in there. Okay, so let's check the church. I don't think Barbalo's here. Just the nun. You are just oodles of fun, woman. Okay. So let's give that to Barbalo first. Go down this way. I think we can. I don't know if he's locked it because he's helping Sandor. Nope, he's over here. Okay. Alright, so we gave the scotch to Barbalo. Whether or not that was a good decision or not, I'm not entirely sure. So let's go check in before we head to the ice caves. Let me make sure we get everything. This will probably be a little bit longer episode than normal because there's going to be a lot of quest getting here. I actually want to go north first. Go up to the igloo up here. So the last time I talked to them, somebody had died from this family. Hello, what are you here for? You should answer that question soon, stranger. There's not much time left. You're cryptic as all get out. Well, thanks for the help. People? Ancient accumulated supplies you don't need? Well, I just don't have supplies. So, if I can get some supplies, I can bring them to her. It's not in the quest log, but that's something for us to remember. Okay. So, let's see. The last place I want to check in is with the doctor. Then we're going to head into the caves. You would think that with the beast running around, killing everyone, that there wouldn't be much need for a doctor, but here we are. Rosa was just in here for her back. Cecilia's got a very bad cough. Maybe she was just in here to visit Robert. Sandor's wasting away because he's not eating from grief. Saba's old lung troubles seem to be flaring up. Little Jo is in here and I had to treat for a nasty cut on her leg. I have 2 patients I can barely keep alive. They both fell ill in the weeks before. Well, I guess in the weeks before you showed up. I wouldn't recommend getting close to them. Try to keep them as separate from everyone else, so that whatever they have doesn't spread. Piri hasn't liked that one bit. I've had to kick her out twice for trying to sneak food in for her grandson. All too much, and of course I'm running out of supplies. I need mushrooms, a lot of them. Frankly, I'm so short of supplies that I'll take anything I can get, so don't worry about identifying them. Just bring up 10 mushrooms, and I'm sure I can make much needed medicine out of them. You'll find them in the darkest portion of the cave. They should be rather plentiful. Alright, so now we have Dr. Spore, Artifacts in the Ice, and Faith in the Dead. That's 3 quests to work on. I think that's good for us to head back into the caves. I imagine there's a couple more quests floating about. But we're going to work on those. See how we do. See how we do on day 2. Alright, back through this. So I kind of want to head back to where Eric was and get that blessed with the holy water. Alright. Just cave 1. Alright. 10 minutes. This is one of the shrines. Oh, and a ghost. Look at that. Ancient Grave of a Merchant. Plus the... Yes. Okay. So let's go see about this ghost. Unresponsive. Knows a way to communicate with him. Okay. There we go. We got another quest to work on. You can't get by here, which is too bad. So I'll have to go down. Okay. We got those done, so let's go down this way. Ah, nice. Okay, so I need to end up there. So I need to hit that. Pro. Okay. Now I should be able to, yeah, nice. Okay, so open that up. We can't actually go down there, which is quite odd. Not quite sure what the purpose of that will be, but let's head in here. So we've already got 2 shrines done, or a shrine and Eric's grave. Ice Cave 1. Oh, they're still stuck in here, I guess? Must have missed something, I guess. Oh! Oops. I think there's I am missing something. But what could it be? Fall off that ledge. Not that ledge. Open that up. Should be able to go to Ice Cave 2, shouldn't I? one. That's what we want. That's gonna... can't go that way. So... oh wait, is this the... oh yeah, this is the way I came. It's over this way. Anything? No, nothing this way. I think I can get down there. Well, okay. Let's return to Vidar then. We got a couple things. So that's the end of day 2. The day is over. Simone, a patient at the hospital, has succumbed to disease. Alec has died. Ooh, interesting.